Hello, my name is Rachel Hollywood, and this is COM 405 Rhetorical Criticism. And today I will be presenting for you my rhetorical criticism project, which we were assigned to find a significant artifact in today's culture and analyze it using some of the rhetorical theories that we have learned in class so far. And I chose for mine the Red Cross. So I'm going to begin by telling you what my artifact is and where I found it, and then I'm going to go over the rhetorical situation, the who, what, whom, how, as well as the ethos, logos, pathos, and then I'm going to finish on by applying it to a rhetorical theory, which I chose deconstruction. The genre for my project is going to actually be an article on the Red Cross webpage, redcross.org. Under the About Us section and media statements, it showed the Red Cross responding to this article from ProPublica, and actually then was able to click on the ProPublica website, which is where I found their initial article criticizing the Red Cross. And the medium that they used is going to be their actual website. So I found these articles on both of their initial websites. I had started with the Red Cross, and then I found ProPublica's from there. The rhetorical significance of the Red Cross is that whenever a disaster hits our country, Red Cross is one of the first organizations we see. A lot of celebrities endorse the Red Cross, and they encourage us to either donate as a volunteer or donate money or blood to help out in these disastrous situations. So that is why it's going to be significant, because if ProPublica is saying that the Red Cross really isn't there when they say they're going to be there, then how do we know that they are using the money that we are donating appropriately? As far as my thesis goes, I feel like the Red Cross is challenging ProPublica and those that question their organization. They want to provide the information to support that they have delivered on the promises that they made throughout Hurricane Harvey, and they want people to continue to trust them and to continue donating their time and money. So in the rhetorical situation, we are going to address the who, whom, what, and how of the situation. So we begin with the who, the Red Cross. So who is the Red Cross? On their website, in their mission statement, they say that the American Red Cross prevents and alleviates human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. So they are an organization that wants people to donate their time and money to help our country and other countries when we are facing some natural disasters that are out of our control. The whom is they are obviously reaching out to anyone involved in the Red Cross. They're reaching out to their donors, their partners, their volunteers. They want them to know that their resources are being used appropriately. They also are addressing ProPublica. They actually reach out to Justin Elliott by name in the article and invite him to come to Texas to see what they've done. And he's actually the author of the article that criticized them. Next is going to be the what. So this article is responding to the ProPublica criticism. And for example, in the ProPublica article, it says that the Red Cross did not appear with supplies until the 4th day of the storm, and it did not bring enough cots or foods for those housed in the shelter. Also, they claim that a lot of the meals that the Red Cross did deliver were bad, had gone bad by the time they arrived. Lastly is how. So Red Cross responded to this article. First, they are going to address ProPublica, and they say to the public that ProPublica did not give the full answers, and the Red Cross lists the full Q&A interview that ProPublica had with them, which gives the full content instead of ProPublica picking out certain aspects that they wanted to share. They also invite people to come down to Houston and see the efforts that they have already been putting in. Next, I'm going to be addressing the ethos, logos, and pathos within the Red Cross article. Ethos, first we have our initial. You read the ProPublica article and you aren't sure if the Red Cross really is using their resources appropriately. Then you go to the Red Cross article, and they tell you in that article that they have provided 421,000 overnight stays. They have provided 3.7 million meals and snacks to people affected by the hurricane. And then they also provide the Q&A that they have with ProPublica, and you're able to kind of see their side. So then your terminal feeling is that the Red Cross really is there. Sure, things maybe did not go the way that they had initially planned, but they're there and they continue to be there today helping. As far as logos goes, I feel that they presented their argument very logically. They started by addressing their criticizers, then they gave facts, and then they continued to let their donors and volunteers know that they're there helping today. Lastly is pathos. So with emotional appeal, they're reaching out to their donors and volunteers. They want them to know that they're there, and they want them to know that they continue helping so that they continue to get the donations that they need to sustain their organization. So for the final section of rhetorical theory, I chose to focus on deconstruction of binaries by Jacques Derrida. And binaries are basically going to be hierarchical, and deconstruction is the idea that we are breaking down these binaries to make them more equal. So I have tried to look for binaries within my artifact that I feel like the Red Cross really tries to break down those barriers, and what I chose to focus on is going to be facade versus reality and giving versus taking. I'm going to begin with the binary of facade versus reality. So oftentimes in our society, we are encouraged to put on a happy face and pretend that everything's okay, even when it's not. So for me, by the Red Cross addressing this article, they are acknowledging that they had some faults, that they were not there when they wanted to be, and that they did make mistakes. So they are breaking down this facade and showing the reality of their situation so that their donors and their volunteers are more trusting of them. I posted a quote above by the Red Cross, which I feel like really highlights them acknowledging their faults. And it kind of just shows their acceptance and that they are still there helping and that they're doing the best that they can do. And the final binary I'm focusing on for my rhetorical artifact is going to be the concept of giving and taking. In our culture, I feel that we are very money driven. It's always take more, whatever you can get. And oftentimes we forget to take a step back and give back to our communities and give back to those that need our help. I feel like that the Red Cross really goes with this idea, and they really encourage people like, hey, if you aren't able to give money, then you can volunteer your time, or you can easily go to a blood drive and donate blood to those who need it. So I feel like the Red Cross really does a great job of trying to encourage people to give and live in a society where we really support and uplift one another instead of becoming more selfish and keeping everything for ourselves. So that is going to be my rhetorical artifact project on the Red Cross. Thank you for watching.